Hey, what's good, family? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. Hope y'all doing well. Hope you had a blessed and wonderful weekend and a blessed and wonderful yesterday, which was Monday. Um, the weather is starting to break in many parts. Well, out here it was cold last night. It got down to the 40s. So in many parts of the country, we're seeing the temperatures cool are starting to cool down some and in some parts of the country, particularly out east, they're having an Indian summer. But in any event, wherever you live, make sure you get some vitamin D, get you some sunlight. It's not as hot now, so we're pretty much in November, so you're able to like enjoy, go for a walk or go for a jog, and not feel like you're about to that you're fighting for your life by breathing because it's so hot. So that's good that the temperatures are starting to drop some. My prayers are still with those in Florida, the Tampa Bay area, North Carolina, and different parts that was affected by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Y'all are in my prayers. Hope y'all, hope, but grace of Allah that you get through those tragedies. I really do. And if you're having a rough day, because we all know that in this life, a little rain must fall. If you're having one of those days, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video, Michelle Obama was in my home state, I believe over the week. Yeah, it was over the weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday. She was in Kalamazoo. That's on the western side of Michigan. For those of y'all familiar with the state of Michigan, Kalamazoo is headed towards Chicago. So it's on the other side of the state from Detroit. In the event, she was there and she followed her husband's lead, former President Barack Obama, by scolding black men. They love coming at us, don't they? What is up with these Democrats, these Democrats coming at us lately? I mean, it's like over the last month, they've been like targeting us, not trying to get our vote, but trying to make us like Stacey Abrams said last week, we're misogynistic, we're racist. Now, here you have Michelle Obama out here talking about scolding us again, like her husband did a few weeks back, saying that, we um what did she say exactly? But I'm just gonna paraphrase it. But she said, scolding black men for being angry about the state of the country. So are we supposed to be happy about the state of the country? Are we supposed to be happy about inflation? Are we supposed to be happy about this migrant crisis? Are we supposed to be happy about being involved in these proxy wars? And I'm gonna really just pay attention to the migrant crisis and the inflation because it goes hand in hand. Well, all three of them go hand in hand, but the migrant crisis and the inflation goes hand in hand because this government. Have y'all been to the grocery store lately? Let me just start there. Have y'all seen the prices at the grocery store? Have you seen the prices at the pump? Everything's going up, but our salaries. Everything is going up. Yes, we understand that we live in a day and age of technology and the cost of living would go up. Okay, I get it. But it's ridiculous. For example, last week I bought six items. Six items. Keep in mind what I just said. Six items from Sprouts. You know how much my grocery bill was for those six items? $141 for six items. 141 damn dollars for six items. That's insane. I remember 2 years ago, the spring of 2022. I had A Nissan Altima normally would cost me what, 40 some dollars to fill it up. It cost me $72 to fill up my tank and a Nissan Altima. 72 damn dollars to fill up my tank. This is a Nissan Altima just 2 years ago, but in the spring of 2022, spring of 2022, excuse me, when the when Afghan, when when the Ukraine Russia war had kicked off. Well, a little bit before then, though, but this was like 2 months into it. And I know y'all are feeling, I feel sorry for those who have families of four and five. I can imagine what y'all grocery bill must be like. If I'm complaining about spending $141 for 6 items, I can't imagine how, oh my God, I shudder to think. A family of four or five grocery bill, it's gotta be well over $300, close to $400. I would imagine, maybe even more than that. It's insanity. It's utter madness. And we're supposed to be happy about this. We're supposed to be, oh, well, oh, okay, it's cool, it's normal. No, the hell it ain't. We're supposed to be, oh, okay, it's normal about the price of gas. It's, $80 to fill up your tank or $90. Okay. We're supposed to be happy about this and hunker-dory about it. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. These people are so out of touch. They're so out of touch. They're elitists. The Obamas, the Stacey Abrams, the Kamala Harrises, Tim Walz's. These people, the Clintons especially, they're so out of touch with reality. They think that the average person should be okay with we should be okay with how the state of things going. We should be we shouldn't complain about it. Oh, it could be worse. Well, yeah, it could be worse, and it will be worse if Kamala Harris gets into office. I firmly believe that because she says she's going to continue her boss's policies. She's not going to change. She's not going to skip a beat. The beat will go on. Like the Whisper song, the beat goes on, the beat goes on. Well, guess what? The beat is going to continue to go on. It's going to continue to go on and on and on and on and on to the break of dawn. It's just, we can't say anything about it. So again, she took a playbook from her husband, former President Barack Obama, and she was scolding men. Well, really black men, because she wasn't talking to white men. Oh, they wouldn't dare do that. They would not dare come at white men like that. She wasn't talking to Hispanic, to Latino men. They wouldn't dare do that. She wasn't talking to Asian men or nope, us. That's what she was talking to. Vote for Kamala Harris, even if your husbands are angry. Why are they creating this divisiveness? And they want to blame Trump for being divisive? No, y'all are the divisive ones. Y'all are creating a wedge between a black man and a black woman, and it ain't cool. And I'm going to say something about it. I will continue to speak on it because what it is wickedness. The man and the woman, when they're married They are a unit. It's unity. You and I. You and I. You and I. Unity. They're one. They may have differences on some things, varying differences on some things. But when you're targeting a specific race of people and their household, that is divisive and that needs to be called out. It needs to be called out. The media is not going to do it. No, because the most effective devil in America, media, most effective devil in America, they're in on it. They're in cahoots with the Democratic Party. And so why would they even, say anything about it? It's because they're are the media here. They're being paid and bought for. They don't have unbiased opinions. They don't. They used to years, decades ago. They were fair, but now the media, most of the mainstream media, Trump calls them fake news. They lean toward the left. Trump bad man. Him a bad man. Him's a racist. He's the worst white man in the history of humankind. He's the worst white man in human history. He's racist. He's racist. Oh, but 20 years ago he wasn't racist because he was a Democrat. When he was calling for, now they said he was racist back in 89 when he called for the Central Park Five to be executed. Oh, but guess what? He wasn't running for office. He was a private citizen. Just like you and I, even though he was wealthy, he was still a citizen. He wasn't a politician. And oh, guess what? He was a Democrat. Now, the lady that sentenced him, the prosecutor, the district attorney, she was a Democrat. But no one says nothing about that. They don't say nothing about her. I can't think of her name right now, but she was the DA on that case who sentenced these brothers to jail for a crime that they admitted. They confessed to doing that crime. Now let me repeat that. The Central Park Five confessed to doing that, to committing that crime. They confessed. It wasn't beating none of them. They confessed. I don't think they should have went to jail. I think it should have been more investigation, but it is what it is. It was a horrible thing. But the lady that sentenced them to jail, to prison, she's she's a Democrat. I think she's still around, but she was a Democrat in '89, and she was a huge supporter of the Clintons, as was Donald Trump. But let's forget about that. And in the 1990s, when rappers were saying his name in rap songs, I want to be the next Donald Trump. Donald Trump this. Donald Trump was on Method Man's second album. That's right. Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, was on Method Man's second album, To Kyle 2000. I think he had like a 30-second interlude or something like that. But he was on that mug. Was he racist then? Oh no, he was racist when he said he was running for president in 2015 and when he won in the 2016 election. That's when he was the worst white man in human history. So it's just it's something how the media, how they just brainwash our people. It's something how we continue to fall for the okey doke, for the banana in the tailpipe trick. It's amazing. But go back, but with Michelle Obama and her comments. So, but these people are divisive, and I really think in my hardest of hearts, it's going to cost Kamala Harris the election. All this divisiveness between that you're creating between a black man and a black woman in households and families, it's going to come back and bite the Democrats in the ass. And you know what? Serves them right. There's an old saying, you get more flies with honey than with shit, or you catch more flies with honey than with shit. Is that the saying? You already are not getting the vote from the from black men. Black men aren't feeling Kamala Harris. They're not. They're not feeling her. They see through her bullshit. They're not voting on emotion. They're voting on logic. She still has not said what her policies are. The election night is next Tuesday. I don't know if y'all realize this, but election day is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is election day. A week from today. She still hasn't said what her policies are on the economy, on the migrant crisis, on getting us out of these proxy wars. Still hasn't said it. She's done manufactured interviews. She did one yesterday on Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. That was manufactured. I'm sure her team told Shannon Sharp, these are the questions we want you to ask her. Because he didn't ask any hardball questions. And Joe Rogan offered, he extended an olive branch to her to come on his podcast. She turned him down. Why? Because Joe Rogan would have held her feet to the fire. Am I right or am I absolutely right? Joe Rogan would have asked her some hardball questions. Now Trump was on Joe Rogan, and Rogan, I'm gonna watch that podcast. He really didn't ask Trump any hardball questions. He really didn't ask him anything, but he wasn't disrespectful to him. He wasn't disrespectful to Trump like the NABJ was back in July. They were just horrible to him. The lady at the NBA, the NABJ conference, National Association of Black Journalists conference in Chicago back in July, she was nasty to Trump. She was, and Rogan, he wasn't. He was respectful. So I give credit where credit is due, but he really didn't ask any hardball questions, any hard hitting questions. But he asked some decent questions, so I give him that. But that with Club Shay Shay, that was a joke. That was for clickbait. That was for clickbait. That was more of a feel good moment. Oh, we know that Club Shay Shay is popular around amongst the black people. So he's a former football player. He had Cat Williams on there earlier in the year, and it broke the YouTube record for views. He had Monique on there. He had this celebrity on there, that celebrity. So we know that Kamala Harris is popular. So we're gonna get on this popular podcast. That's all that was. Clickbait. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I already know how it's gonna go. I already know the playbook. So they can't run the okey doke on me. But it's mighty funny how Kamala Harris talk about Trump giving tax breaks to the rich and the rich this and the rich that, but it's most of the celebrities supporting her. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Magic Johnson, these goofy ass comedians, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, all the black bourgeois. I can never say this word. The black bourgeoisies are supporting her. The black bougie niggas, the bourgeoisies, they supporting the how Wesley Snipes said in New Jack City when he was Nino Brown, Miss Hawkins. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. The black bourgeoisies, them. Those are the ones supporting Kamala Harris. The elitists, the rich. That's why the Obamas. That's why they could say stupid stuff like what Michelle Obama said in Kalamazoo and get away with it. Because they're not feeling the effects at the grocery store, at the gas pump. The migrant crisis, it's not affecting them. It's affecting those brothers and sisters in Chicago, in Denver, in San Antonio, in New York, in LA, out here in the Bay Area. The Obamas don't live in these communities. Magic Johnson don't live in these communities. They live in a plush, affluent neighborhoods, away from the common folk. So it's easy for them to say some dumb shit like this, to be divisive. It's easy. And for the most part, they could get away with it, but I'm not going to let them get away with it. I'm going to call it out because it's divisiveness. If Trump had did this would be making the news 24/7, minute on the minute, second on the second. This would be breaking news. Donald Trump causes division in the black community between the black men and the black women. But when the Obamas do it, then it's nothing. Business as usual. And you have black people supporting this. People in my family are supporting it. It's gotten to the point where people in my family have stopped speaking to me. And I'm not even voting for Trump. I'll just ask questions. I've asked 3 questions. What is Kamala Harris' policy? What is her economic policy? What is her policy on the migrant crisis? What is her plan and policies to get us out of these proxy wars? And I've had people stop speaking to me for asking those questions. People in my family for asking those 3 questions. I didn't insult the woman. I just said, what are her policies on questions 1, 2, and 3? These 3 topics. Well, what you supporting Trump? I can't right now with you. I just asked some damn questions. If you supporting a woman, you should be able to answer the questions. Trump's policies, they're on his website, agenda47.com or something. I think agenda47.gov or agenda47.com or something like that. But I've seen Trump's policies. They're on his website. He said time and time again what his policies were. Kamala Harris hasn't. Now, mind you, like I said a couple of minutes ago, Election Day is a week from today. What the hell is she waiting for? And this is the problem. And I had a good buddy of mine. I'm not going to say his name on here. We got into a debate last Wednesday where I asked the same thing. Well, Trump is racist. Trump did this, and inflation was bad around the world, not just in America. But and then Trump did this, and Ukraine, they're allies. So that's why the migrant crisis bill had Ukraine. I'm like, dude, stop with the cap, man. Stop, brother. You intelligent brother. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself. What is her policies? What has the Biden administration done? Will Trump? No, I don't. I'm not asking you about Donald Trump. Notice this: people who ardently support Kamala Harris, her staunch supporters, they cannot answer those three questions. Hell, they can't answer one of those questions, let alone three of them. And all Harris is talking about is what Trump didn't do. Not what she's going to do, but what Trump didn't do. Have y'all noticed that? Well, Trump didn't do this. Okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. What are you going to do? Well, Trump didn't do this. Okay, you said that already. What are you going to do? Well, Trump didn't do this. Okay, lady, you know what? You're useless. What are your policies on the migrant crisis? Well, I grew up middle class, where the people in my neighborhood had beautiful lawns. I'm like, I didn't ask you about how you grew up. I asked you about what are your policies. The woman cannot answer questions. She's a chameleon, chameleon, Harris. The Culture Club made that song for her. They need to come out with a song for her. Chameleon. Y'all remember that song? Those of us who grew up in the 80s. They need to make that song for her. Because she's a chameleon. She's not nothing's authentic about her. With Trump, what you see is what you get. There are things with Trump I disagree with. I think he's soft on the Second Amendment. This whole policy, I think he's violating the Fourth Amendment with the legal searches and seizures. So those are things that that really stick in my craw about Trump, among a couple other things. I agree with him on tariffs, but it's going to raise costs on us too. But I see where he's going with that. But with Trump, what you see is what you get. There's nothing fake about that man. I can say that about him. And I have to give credit where credit is due. What you see is what you get. He don't pull any punches. He answers questions directly. Can't say that about Kamala Harris. Just calling it like I see it. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications of whenever I do videos on here. But the Democrats, they are really they're an arrogant bunch of people because they think they could talk to black men any kind of way and and they could get away with it. They think they could just cause divisiveness between the black man and the black woman, and it's going to serve their and it's going to help them. No, it's not. And y'all going to see next Tuesday, inshallah. Next Tuesday, y'all will see it's going to cost y'all because instead of garnering the black vote, trying to appeal to black men, you're driving them away. You're causing a wedge in our community, and we cannot afford a civil war between the black man and the black woman now. Now more than ever before, we cannot afford it. We're behind enemy lines. We have too much at stake. This enemy wants to destroy us off the face of the planet. So we cannot afford a civil war between our women. We can't afford it. Our children can't afford it. It's not fair to them. And what the Obamas are doing is divisive and it's wicked and evil Because now notice this: most of the black men who are supporting Harris, most, not all, let me be very clear on that. Most of the black men supporting her are buck broken beta males. They didn't have a father in their lives. They grew up around a lot of women. No, there's no knock on men who didn't have a father in their lives. No knock on that. Because my little brother grew up without my father. My father passed away. So my mother raised him. But my little brother's not a beta male by no stretch of the imagination. My uncles grew up without my grandfather. They had my grandmother remarried. Now they had a stepfather. I grew up without my father. My mom remarried, and I grew up with a stepfather. By no stretch of the imagination are myself or my uncles beta males. By no stretch of the imagination. So let me be very clear on that. Let me say it again. All black men who were raised by their mothers, they're not beta males, but a lot of them are. And now pay attention to this. The black men who are supporting her, that's in entertainment, Magic Johnson. His son is more feminine than his wife. His son EJ. Tyler Perry. Need I say more about that Negro? This is the same man who dresses up like an old black woman, Medea, and black women just love it. And he always makes movies disparaging the black male. Pay attention. Magic Johnson, whose son EJ is pretty much feminine, he's very buck broken, and Tyler Perry, who's buck broken and dresses up like a woman. D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, who dresses up like a woman, who's done that before. Uh, Van Jones was always crying. And many more. Plies, who's going on social media. Y'all better support feminine energy. John Legend, feminine energy. Effeminate males, beta males, they're supporting her. And this is what the Obamas want. Well, shit, Obama's a feminine male. The LGBTQ plus IA referred to him as the first black, or what, I'm sorry, as the first gay president. Y'all remember that? The LGBTQ plus IA community referred to Obama when he was president as the first gay president when he signed that marriage equality law into legislation. So the first gay president, all effeminate males. And this is what the Stacey Abrams, the Michelle Obamas want. They want these type of black men. The devil is a lie today because I'm not going for it. I know many of y'all aren't going for it. Those of y'all who support me. So the devil is a lie. They could kiss my ass and kiss rocks too. And kick rocks, excuse me. Kiss my ass and kick rocks because I ain't going for it. Not today. I think that's a good place to land my jet. Hope I made my point known on this topic. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Like I always say, drop your comments. Turn to your neighbor and say the devil is a lie. That's right. That's right. Um, Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear see your thoughts, see your comments, and just love to see your point of view. And keep this in mind. We don't have to agree, but let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable, especially on topics such as this. In our disagreements, let's use logic and respect, not emotion and disrespect. Also, in our disagreements, let's use facts. Y'all be safe out here. Whether you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, whatever the case may be, y'all be safe. Y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So please be safe. Beware and be aware. Continue to support my YouTube channel here. Support my future projects. Brother needs your love and support. So please continue it. Please. Share this video, share it. Let's have a conversation. I love y'all. Thank you for y'all support. And I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.